This is the Kindy Rockstars Podcast, Season 4. Bringing you incredibly talented singers, artists, creators, and producers in the genre of children's music. I'm your host, Patrick Adams. Each episode will feature songs, albums, videos, or live performances, along with great stories from the artists themselves. Kindy Rockstar Season 4 is proud to be supported and sponsored by Waltmania Public Relations, serving the family entertainment community for more than 20 years. And now, on with the show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Kindy Rockstars. I am delighted to have back on the show my good friend, Captain Festus McBoyle from New Zealand. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much for having me. How have you been?
I have been wonderful. How about you?
Yeah, can't complain. Busy as per. Gigging, traveling around, recording the album, working on the next album, working on a couple of videos at the moment. So yeah, plenty to keep us busy.
Yeah,
so,
you were
nothing
on.
changes.
Yeah, you were on the show last season. So everybody go back and go to my YouTube channel, Patrick Adams Books and Music, and check out the Captain Festus McBoyle live performance video where he came on the show and did a couple of great songs live for us. But since then, what have you been up to?
Well, the main thing was trying to finish the fourth album. So obviously we were dealing with COVID and lockdowns and all sorts of stuff. So plenty of delays on that one, but we finally got there. So we released the album in March. Album number 4, Look What the Cat Dragged In. And the response has been really good to that. So that's cool. What else have we been doing? We've been gigging again. So all the gigs are starting to come back again, which is lovely. So traveling around the country, doing various gigs around the place. And we've got a couple of music videos that we're still working on now, which obviously were delayed. And then we had big floods here as well. So we got the set got washed away as well.
Oh my gosh.
One of our videos. So another delay on that one. So rebuilding the set. And so we've got 2 music videos that we're kind of due to finish fairly soon, which will support the new album. And what else are we doing? Oh, we're working on album number 5 now, which is called Full Sales, No Glamour, The Pros and Cons of Captain Festus McBoyle. So that's album number 5. So that's on the go now. So about 3 or 4 songs into that now. So always busy, always keeping out of trouble.
Yeah, and just for everyone who might be hearing you for the first time, go ahead and introduce the other members of your band.
Yeah, well, we're a vaudeville musical comedy troupe. So, I guess live work is live shows are pretty much, they were the main focus, although I have to say music's starting to become a lot more of a focus now. But yeah, we're a 3-piece when we travel. Miss Lucy Draws, which is my lovely wife. And then we have Ebenezer Strong, who is the strongest man in the world. He is our guitarist and our 3rd member. So, but on top of that, we do have a 4th member who's starting to sort of come in towards the shows now. That's Chalky the cat. She's 11, and she also helps me with my radio show. So she's my co-host on my weekly radio show. So I guess we could say we're officially a 4-piece. We do have other members that float in and out. We've got Ethel, the cleaning lady, who sometimes makes an appearance, and also Ratty, Mr. Cheese, who is a human rat who does also make appearances every now and again. So but on the whole, we're a 3-piece. Miss Lucy, Ebenezer, and me, the big mouth, Captain Festus.
And Chalky is an absolute delight on Shipwreck Sunday, your show, if you want to plug that here for a minute.
Yeah, sure. I mean, all the past episodes are on my website, captainfestus.com. There's about 60 episodes on there now. It's not your normal family show. It's an alternative show. So that I guess it's more grit, less sugar. I feature like a comedy novelty section of songs. Every now and again, I'll throw in a bit of my stuff. The odd sort of other Kindy artists I sometimes throw in every now and again. But there's a bit of punk, there's a bit of rock, there's a bit of rockabilly, a bit of country, a bit of everything. Classic 80s hits. So it's a real mixed bag of treats. We also do book reviews and interviews with very interesting people in New Zealand, different bands and artists. And we do what's called a fact off with Chalky, which is we pick a subject and we have a a jewel off of different facts about that subject for the week. And we do jokes and science facts, and yeah, you never quite know what you're going to get, but it's always interesting, and we're having a lot of fun doing it. So yeah, episode 60 now. It's played on about 9 radio stations around New Zealand. I believe there's a few international platforms playing it now. So yeah, it's good. It's been a lot of fun. So we're just looking into funding for that now. Obviously, it's a lot of work doing a radio show. So that's the next step at the moment is to get funding for that one. Yeah, so we're always busy.
Yeah. And I encourage everybody to go check out that show. It's fun. It's got a lot of variety, and some of the song treasures you pull out just make me smile because I haven't heard those songs sometimes in 20, 30 years. I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember. I like that.
Yeah.
Especially being such a huge fan of the 80s.
Southern Culture on the Skids. Southern Culture on the Skids is one of your faves, I believe.
Yeah,
Or Scots, as they call themselves.
One of your first shows. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
we still pull out some of those, don't worry.
well, we are here today to do an album feature for Look What the Cat Dragged In. So we're gonna feature 5 new songs, and then we'll revisit an old favorite. It's not really old, but it's a favorite. But talk about the album as a whole. How did you come about getting this all pulled together, deciding what was going to be on it? Any cool stories from the making of it?
Well, I mean, I guess for us, the focus for a long time has always been playing live. So that's always been my main focus. A lot of the songs have been in existence for a long time. So recording them obviously is always it always comes down to money, as you know. It's not a cheap process putting an album together. So we've been really lucky to be funded by New Zealand On Air for our last 2 albums, and now we've been funded for our third. So that takes the pressure off, and therefore we can spend more time recording songs and more time with production. And I guess for a long time we were trying to just record songs as we would do them live, and now we're sort of, I guess myself, I feel like now the albums are being funded, I can actually spend more time and really produce them into something which is quite different from the live show. And it took me a little while to get comfortable with doing that because I was a real stickler for being close to the live act, which is yeah. So now we're sort of basically spending a lot more time in the studio now and really taking time to put them together and I guess structuring things which are quite different from a live variety, which has been a lot of fun. I'm still working with Amos Clark at Show Pony Studios, and him and I get together once or twice a week, and yeah, we have a real giggle and we have a lot of fun. There's no rules, there's no real guidelines. We just get in there and do it on the fly, on the spot, and make it up as we go. And it's been a lot of fun doing it that way. The album is very eclectic. It's a real mixture of different genres, everything from reggae to beat poems to you name it, it's in there. Yeah, so we've kind of tried to expand our different genres that we use within Captain Festus. I mean, we kind of get called a pirate band, but I mean, I don't know how real piratey we are. We might look like pirates, but sometimes I think we're more Monty Python, Spike Milligan goons or something along those lines. Yeah, so there's no rules. It can go whichever direction it wants to go. And yeah, the key I think is just keep having fun with it. And yeah, and I have to say it's lovely being funded by New Zealand On Air. That's made it a lot easier because it's not a cheap process making albums, you know. So
kudos
yeah,
to New
so
Zealand
very
On
grateful.
Air. That's great,
Totally.
and that's something I wish we had more of here in the States, especially. But I'm very, very envious of the artists down in New Zealand, especially to have such good government support and company support down there to help their artists. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I think the thing we struggle with still is actually having platforms to play our videos, especially on. That's something that still is a bit of it's an oddball. I mean, we get funding to make videos, and then getting them played on actual platforms is another thing we're still trying to make a bit easier. It's still a lacking of, yeah, I guess, thought to a degree with where they go after they're made. It seems to be just pretty much YouTube is the main thing. So platforms for playing children's music videos over here is still something we're pushing for. But yeah, I mean, we're lucky. We've got a lot of kids radio stations over here. Most of them run for free, obviously. And so we do have plenty of places to play them over here in this country too. We're quite lucky in that respect as well. But I think children's music is definitely on the rise, and it's something that people are starting to appreciate and I guess see a market for these days. So things keep getting better.
Yeah, especially when people begin to realize the wide variety of children's music out there. Get beyond some of the ones that you immediately identify, and then you get into cool stuff like we're going to feature today. And there is a wide variety of artists and genres and stuff that's accommodating children's
Completely.
music.
And there's plenty of room for it all. I think, anyone that sticks at something for years and keeps putting out music is definitely, got my respect. There's always going to be lots of different styles of music. Some you're going to like more than others. But I mean, in terms of respect, anyone keeps getting stuck in and keeps doing it has got my 100% support. Yeah, it's important that there is diversity. I think that's a very important thing. It'd be a very boring world if we all just did the same stuff. I
Exactly.
guess for us, we've always tried to be a little bit outside the norm, more of a punk and rock and roll kind of background is where we all came from with previous projects. So we're always going to be I guess, Jack the lads of the kids' world.
I was about to
That's just
say,
what we are.
I think
We don't play by the rules, and we
you
have a lot of fun doing it.
you have carved yourself out a very interesting space in the children's music world. You are quite unique and fun, and it definitely shows. And I hope you get the
Well, I
opportunity
think
to get in front of more people with what you do.
Well, I think it's important just to be yourself. It's like you've got to do what feels good for you. And I don't set out in my goals to write songs about specific subjects. It's just whatever comes up. And I mean, if people like it, that's great. I mean, not everything I do is going to be appealing to lots of people, but I don't mind anymore. I'm over caring. I just do what I do, and I'm determined to keep doing it. And if people like along the way, that's great. But I think you just got to stay true to yourself. I think that's the most important thing. That's
Absolutely
something that
true.
took me a while to learn. You can't. There's no point writing stuff for other people. You've got to write what comes out and be yourself. Yeah, I think that's very important.
That's true, and it
Yeah,
helps you kind of discover your fan base, but with
completely.
as you evolve and put different stuff out, that fan base might grow.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
All
agree.
right, well let's dig into a couple of the songs here. So we'll start off with the wonderfully titled "Meet the Vegetarian" song. So talk about this one.
Ah, interesting song. It was me and this chap called Angel who's plays multiple instruments: piano, accordion, banjos, mandolin, harmonicas, all sorts. And every now and again, I pull him in for the album, and I throw something at him on the fly, and we just do it on the spot. So Meat was a funny little poem that he'd never heard before, and I pulled him into the studio, and he played on one side of the glass, and I sung on the other, and we had no idea what we were doing, and it was just kind of really fun just to see what happened. And yeah, it was good. We did that because obviously every song on the album we've waterfalled and released as a single, which is the thing to do these days for maximum exposure. So I guess the funny thing with this was we concocted a whole marketing plan where we concocted a whole story where we actually made it on social media open to everybody. We'd flown from New Zealand to Paris and we'd recorded this in a French restaurant. And honestly, it was a very convincing campaign, and I had people for months asking me how France was, and at the end of the day, they say never trust a pirate. Well, that was proof right there. But it was a great marketing campaign, and yeah, the song obviously it's a play on the word meat. There's nothing to do with meat whatsoever, but it was about meeting and catching up. So it was a play on words, meat, and yeah, we're vegetarians at the Pirate HQ, so it was Meet the Vegetarian song. There you go.
All right, well let's play it. Here it
But I
is.
have been to France. I have been to France. So it was kind of a whole marketing campaign based on a trip I did to France when I was about 20, which is a long time ago. So yeah.
I think I even fell for your marketing campaign. I think
Yeah,
I
it was a good one.
remember
It was a goodie.
reaching out to you and saying, how was Paris?
Well, it was a
So
day by day routine, wasn't it? It was a whole full itinerary. It was about, I don't know, must have been about 8 days of various visits to different galleries and churches and cathedrals, and yeah, it was fun. It was fun doing it, but I started to feel quite guilty because it was fooling a lot of people, and I started to feel really bad because I thought I'm actually telling complete lies here. But it was kind of fun. It was, yeah, and every now and again, I still have people going, "Oh, I really enjoyed your trip to France." And now it's just like, "Oh, glad you enjoyed it. We had a blast," because I can't be bothered explaining it anymore. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. A
Very
dishonest
good.
marketing campaign. There you go.
All right, well, let's check this one out. Meet the Vegetarian Song by Captain Festus McBoyle.
Thank you.
There's nothing I likes more than sitting in a French cafe with a big bowl of periwinkles. Here's a song for all the vegetarians. How meat, glorious meat. I'd like to nibble the toes on your feet. I would nibble your ears, nibble your nose. Meat for an ice cream so everyone knows that I'd meet you for dinner, meet you for tea. Meet in the evening, I'd meet you for free. 'Cause it's meat, glorious meat. I'd like to nibble the toes on your feet. I would nibble your ears and nibble your nose. Meat for an ice cream so everyone knows that I'd meet you for dinner, meet you for tea. Meet in the evening, I'd meet you for free. Ooh, pardon me. 'Cause it's meat, glorious meat. Oh, I'd like to nibble the toes on your feet, 'cause I nibble your ears, nibble your nose. Meat for an ice cream, so everyone knows that I'd meet you for dinner, meet you for tea. Meet in the evening, I'd meet you for free. Glorious meat. I'd like to nibble the toes on your feet. I would nibble your ears, nibble your nose. Meat for an ice cream so everyone knows that I'd meet you for dinner, meet you for tea. Meet any evening and possibly meet you for free. I kind of messed that up a bit. 'Cause it's meat. We go for an ice cream? Yeah, over now.
And that was Meat. All right. The next song we're going to talk about is called Seaweed Song. Tell us a little bit about this one.
Pirate reggae. So I hadn't done anything with the reggae sort of a reggae flavor before. So seaweed seemed to be the obvious thing. I think Bob Marley came to mind, and I thought, yeah, well, this would be quite fun. It has to be about seaweed. So we did that one. That was it was actually written quite a while ago, and something we just pulled out every now and again at live shows, just every now and again for specific people. We'd play it on the sly, and we put it together and gave it a nice slant with seaweed being used in multiple human products, foods. So it was kind of we gave it it was one of those underground songs, I suppose, and we just thought, well, let's record it, and that was a lot of fun recording. It came out really good, and I learned a lot too. I didn't realize that seaweed was used for so many things. It was quite surprising, and that part of it was an afterthought. Amos and myself just thought, we should throw in a whole lot of facts about seaweeds at the end, and so we're just on the phone and just writing down all these bits and pieces, and we did it completely on the fly, and it came out perfect. One take, perfect length, dropped it straight in, and Seaweed Song was released. It's been quite popular. A lot of people really seem to like that one. And it was nice to record a genre we hadn't done. It was something quite fresh. So the Seaweed Song, I really like it. It's a good song.
All right, a little slice of pirate reggae. Love it. Here it is, Seaweed Song, Captain Festus McBoyle.
Little song called the Seaweed Song. It's a reggae song, this one. I haven't seen Uncle Bob for a while. I reckon he's run out of puff. Who knows? Anyway, here we go. Oh, I like seaweed that much, it's true. But how much seaweed is too much for you? Everybody's different, no one's ever the same. But when you're on the seaweed, mate, well, everything's a game. You fill up your boots, you fill up your socks, stay off the seaweed if your life's on the rocks. 'Cause everybody's different, no one's ever the same. But if it makes you happy, then you do it again. Oh, you fill up your boots, you fill up your socks, stay off the seaweed seaweed if your life's on the rocks. 'Cause everybody's different, no one's ever the same. But if it makes you happy, then you do it again. You do it again. You do it again. You do, I do, I do, I do, I do, oh! You do it again. You do it again. You do, I do, I do, I do, I do, you do it again. I'll tell you what, seaweed is blooming amazing. I use it in shampoo, skincare creams, makeup products, cleaners, shower gels, yogurt, ice cream, toothpaste, chocolate milk, cottage cheese, packed ham, dog food, whipped cream, milk substitutes, garden fertilisers, and even supplements. And you won't believe it, you know what? It can even be used as a biofuel. Goodness me.
That was the Seaweed Song. Next one we're going to talk about is called Ode to the Universe. Talk about this one.
Yes. Well, it's actually a prayer poem of sorts. I mean, it's about being grateful and thankful, acknowledging those who are important in your life. So it is actually a prayer poem. It was it came together, I think during lockdown actually. It was just a little thing I wrote down, and we're strong believers in the power of what do you call it? So not witchcraft, but I mean we're about earth. Well, Miss Lucy is an earth witch basically, so we're always doing little spells and little rituals on the new moon, or so we're kind of quite into that. Celebrating new seasons. So we're kind of, Wiccan in a way. So it was, I guess some of the lines in there are very in keeping with some of the lovely spells we do to bring good fortune to a house. So it was kind of it's a prayer to the universe, and it's something quite different again. It's features a wonderful instrument called an harmonica, which is a glass series of bowls that rotate, and then you hold a rag on, I think, with white spirit, and it creates this beautiful whirring noises, different frequencies, very relaxing. And the interesting thing was that backing track was done by a chap called Vishal Brahm, he's a blues guitarist. He's got the most amazing guitar collection you'll ever see. Him and I just really clicked. And he does a sound healing set up in Lake Rotomar, which is in Rotorua, the thermal area in New Zealand. And we visited him and went down to his local sacred pools, the Puna, and we went for a swim and we talked and we chatted, and he had this wonderful harmonica, and he showed me his collection of guitars, and we put together this poem, which then led to a complete different song, which became a meditation, which is the last track on the album, which is called McBoyle's Meditation Medication, which is an 11-minute meditation piece for kids who struggle with going to sleep or feel anxious or nervous, or you play this little 11-minute soundtrack, and honestly, kids they're off to La La Land snoring. It's great, and it works for kids and adults. So it was, the poem was the initial thing, and then we loved the harmonica track so much that we did this beautiful meditation piece, sleep meditation after it as well. So that's pretty much what happened with that.
I will try that. I will try that with my kids.
Yeah, Vishal Brahm is a very interesting chap, lovely man, and I met his wife as well. And we had a sound healing while we were there, which was massage and gongs, and it was beautiful. Came out feeling completely relaxed, almost transformed. So it was a wonderful experience, and 2 lovely pieces of music came out of it.
Fantastic. All right, well, we're going to play it now. Here it is, Ode to the Universe by Captain Festus McBoyle.
To the sun and the moon and the powers that be, bless our dreams to the power of 3. Bless me dad and bless me mum. Bless me friends and the things they've done. Bless the wives and bless the sprogs. Bless the cats and bless the dogs. Yeah, blessed are the powers that be. So bless our dreams, so mote it be.
that was Ode to the Universe. All right, the next song is called Leaking, the English Whinging song. So talk about this one.
Okay. Well, Leaking, first of all, it's a series of interesting events that actually happened in a 1 week period. So that side of it is true. It actually is a completely true story of everything that went wrong in 1 week in my life with leaking. So that's the first part about it. The English Whinging song, it's also known as, I mean, there's a bit of an ongoing stand joke. I'm English, I was born in England. So I mean, there's a standing joke that the English are always whinging, always complaining, always moaning. And I guess to a degree we are. So it's kind of like I figured it was my right to whinge. So I made this song, Leaking, the English Whinging song, which is a complete 5-minute whinge about things that kept going wrong. But it's also quite funny, and when me and my mum, we get on the phone probably once a week, and we'll get on the phone, and it's quite interesting because we'll chat for ages, and it'll just be a series of things that have happened in our week, and it's just going through the daily routine, and there'll be a lot of complaining, a lot of so it's kind of reminiscent of me and my mum talking on the phone as well. So it kind of makes me smile because it makes me giggle because it reminds me of me and my mum actually do whinge quite a lot on the phone. So it was kind of that was part of what that song was about. And the way it works is it's the captain talking to Ethel, the cleaning lady, who in some ways is based on my mum and the way she talks. So one of our characters in our troupe. So it was a conversation completely about what's been going on, like our phone calls that we have, and over lots of humorous twists and turns, and at the end it culminates in a poo explosion, as it does sometimes, with the sewer pipes exploding, which, variety is the spice of life. It went from leaking to an explosion, so it was I guess a messy transformation at the end, but a fun song, and probably my favorite song on the album. It was a lot of work. Everything on the album I did myself. So that was kind of one of the first times I've done everything myself, which was great. All the parts I did, I sung, I played, I did it all. So it was kind of that was a huge exercise, putting that song together. A lot of time, a lot of tracks, a lot of money. Probably the most expensive song on the album. So but it's my favorite. So Leaking, right. The English Whinging song.
And get it down, yeah. Everybody enjoy. Here it is.
Sometimes life seems like just a series of curveballs, and quite frankly, that's the way it's been of late. It seems like everything in my world is leaking, and quite frankly, there's nothing better when you're English than having a blooming good whinge and getting it out of your system. And that is exactly what I intend to do with you right now. Here we go. I got something I'd like to share with you. Seems my whole world is leaking. Say a problem shared is a problem halved. Don't know if that's true. I guess I'll have to fix it soon. I get up Monday, my roof is leaking. Rain coming down all over the walls, all over the carpets. The floors are swelling, hell of a mess I tell you. But luckily my mate Bob is, ironically, he's a builder. Comes over, has a look, and he says, "Yeah, it's your iron, mate. We've got to fix that. Might have to replace it." And he says, "You know what we'll do? I guess we'll have to fix that. I guess we'll have to fix that. I guess we'll have to fix that soon." Gets up Tuesday and you wouldn't believe it, the washing machine starts leaking. Water all over the floor and it's big piles of washing. The wife will not be happy, so fortunately I've got a mate called Stan who's pretty good with things like washing machines. Comes over, has a look, he says, "Yeah, your seals have gone, mate. You know what we'll do? I guess we'll have to fix that soon." I got something I'd like to share with you. Feels my whole world is leaking. A problem shared is a problem halved. Don't know if that's true. I guess I'll have to fix that soon. Of course, then Wednesday I get up, has a look at the car, there's oil all over the driveway. You won't believe it.
Anyway, gets his mate Alfred, okay, he comes over, has a look, he says, yeah, it's your master cylinder. We'll have to fix that, mate. Not cheap, but you know, it's got to be done, and that's all in the driveway. You know what we'll have to do?
What's that?
I guess we'll have to fix that soon. Anyway, gets to Thursday, yeah, and I had to look outside and the rain's been coming in through the sunroof on the car. Honestly, all over the carpets, all around the wiring, and I love my car, so we'll have to fix that. So fortunately, I've got a friend called Cyril. He comes over, he's a bit of a wizard with windows, has a quick look and he says to me, he says,
What's that?
I guess we'll have to fix that. I guess we'll have to fix that. I guess we'll have to fix that soon. Anyway, it's Friday today, things are looking pretty good, you know, a bit of washing, ironing, got to change the beds and stuff, but yeah, can't complain. Oh, hang on, other phone's going. Oh, hang on, 2 seconds, caller. Hello? Sewer company? What do you mean it's blocked? Poo explosion? Yeah, no, I think I better leave. Hang on. Ethel, gotta go. Yeah, crisis. It's a blockage this time, not a leak. I suppose I should be grateful. Yeah, poo explosion. Sounds terrible. Anyway, catch you next week. Love ya. Bye-bye.
All right, take care.
Got something I'd like to share with you. Seems my whole world is leaking.
I'll have to fix it. I guess I'll have to fix it. I guess I'll have to fix that soon. There it goes. Cheers and Louise. Well, I guess that'd be good for the garden.
All right, that was Leaking, the English whinging song, and I learned the definition of whinging. I did not know that before talking to you. All right, next song I'm going to talk about is called Water Safety Song. So tell us about Water Safety Song.
Well, New Zealand's got quite a shocking record when it comes to water safety. Me and a chap I know, a chap called Peter Toomey, he's interesting chap. Peter Toomey was responsible for all the guitars on the first album, A Pirate's Life. He was one of my first pirate guitarists. We've been friends for years. And he played a character called Henry Hubbard, who lived in the cupboard. And so he was my sidekick for quite some time. And then he left for a while. And he actually came back and then he played Mr. Cheese, the rat, Ratty. So he's played a couple of characters in my troupe. So yeah, he made a reappearance as Ratty. He became my sidekick guitarist again for quite a while. Yeah, him and I wrote this together years ago, and we recorded that on a phone, just on an iPhone. And so it was always just an iPhone recording, and we just thought, well, yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. So we used the actual phone recording, and then added background noises. And it was I guess it was a support piece to raise awareness for water safety in New Zealand. We have been talking to Water Safety New Zealand of late about ways in which we can work together. So it was, I guess it was always a bit of a plan to align to a degree with an organization that we felt quite passionate about. And being pirates, it made sense to align with something water-based. Water safety it was. So it was, it was, as I said, an iPhone recording that we put together with some background stuff and threw it together. And it's about basically raising awareness and hopefully, I guess that was it in a nutshell, really. Water safety. Yeah,
All
take
right.
care. And I guess the main thing of it, as you hear in the song, is it was about, there's a lot of people that still can't swim, but you're never too old to learn. And the importance of swimming is huge. If you're gonna go in the ocean, you need to be able to swim. So raising awareness was the key with that, and having a bit of fun.
Absolutely. All
Pretty
right.
mad.
Well, let's check it out. Here is Water Safety Song by Captain Festus McBoyle.
There's a place I'd like to be, in the middle of the deep blue sea. Bob with the fishies all day long, it's true. Take a crawl with the submarine, a breaststroke with the mermaid queen. Head back for a doggy paddle with you. Go a bit of a crawl, backstroke, look at that. Woo. Check out my breaststroke, that's magical, that is. Surf waves with the dolphin crew, hold your breath with a whale or two. Butterfly with a manta ray called Jim. Play safe in the 7 seas, go deep with an up to your knees. Time to take the plunge, let's learn to swim. Come on kids, break out your swimmers, get in that water. You be safe though. Bit of a crawl, bit of a doggy paddle, don't matter, you know. You can look as silly as you like, as long as you play safe. Remember kids, you will never ever look as silly or stupid as me, and that is bleeding well true. Thank you.
And that was the Water Safety Song, and that wraps up our album feature for Look What the Cat Dragged In. So let everybody know, where can they stream, download, purchase that album, and where can they connect with you?
The album's on pretty much all platforms, Spotify, Apple, the whole shebang. Yeah, you'll find it on most platforms. It's pretty much out there completely. If you want to find any links to anything for us, it's basically just go to the official website, captainfestus.com, and you'll find a link to everything on there as well. So you'll find it pretty hard to miss. It's out there. You won't have to look too hard.
Well, it's always a delight having you on the show. And
thank you very much.
Closing out the show, I wanted to reintroduce one of the newer songs, but I believe it was featured on one of our other shows. It's a great song from this newest album, and it's called Breathe. So tell us a little bit about this song, and then we'll play it to close the show.
Yeah, it's a good song. It was actually it was an idea that came about that was then I was looking to do some collaboration with a couple of New Zealand children's music artists, and I gave it out there, and then I just thought all these other ideas started coming, and I thought, my goodness, I just can't let this one go. I've got to do this one myself. So I retracted it. Yeah, it's all amicable. It's no big deal. But I took it back, and then I thought, well, I got to finish this myself, and got stuck into it, and it became Breathe, which is about being in the moment, being present, and I guess a reminder that when things go wrong, if you take a breath, things are often not quite as bad as you first thought. So thinking before you react or act or respond was kind of the key with that one. So yeah, that was and it was I launched that one alongside an organization called Pause, Breathe, Smile, which is an organization which deals with well-being and dealing with emotions with kids in schools. So it's an amazing program. So we released it to raise awareness for that as well. So yeah, a lovely song. It's got a really nice energy, really bubbly, really lively, and with a really nice message that we all need to remember. Just breathe.
Absolutely. Well, Captain Festus McBoyle, thank you so much for coming on the show. Everybody enjoy the song Breathe, and I hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you very much for having me. It's always lovely. Thank you so much for your support, and all the very best to everyone out there in Radioland. All the best.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I woke up this morning and I got out of bed. I tripped on a pussycat and bumped my head and went, ooh, breathe. I did my dishes and I combed my hair. No clean socks or underwear. I went, ooh, breathe. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright. Green eggs and ham. I broke 6 eggs in a frying pan and went, ooh, breathe. Stubbed my toe, now I'm feeling the blues. I wore my channels when I should have worn shoes. I went, ooh, breathe. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright. because the owl and the pussycat, they both went to sea. Both are very different, but both they can see. You gotta take a big deep breath, you just gotta breathe. Whew. And then I had a great idea, a ride upon me bike, but both me blimmin' tyres are flat, is nothing ever right? I went, ooh, breathe. So you're sitting there all miserable, then you spot your mum and dad, and one of them, they cuddles you like the best you've ever had, and go, ooh, breathe. Because the owl and the pussycat, they both went to sea. Both were very different, but both they could see. You gotta take a big deep breath, you just gotta breathe.
Everybody's different, no one's the same, it's true. And when your head feels cloudy from the things in the day, here's what you do.
One deep breath, I just can't explain. Makes you feel better like a dance in the rain. One deep breath, better do it again, just breathe. I said everybody's different, no one's the same, it's true. When your head feels cloudy from the things in your day, here's what you do. Take one deep breath, I just can't explain. Makes you feel better like a dance in the rain. One deep breath, better do it again, just breathe. Just breathe. Yeah.